Good morning, children. Welcome to 6th standard social class. Students, last two classes we have seen in history, UNIT-2, the post-Mauryan India. Today also we are going to continue the same lesson. Last class we have seen Kushana emperors, that is Kushana's kings. Okay, so religious policy. What are the religious policy they followed in those days? Kanishka was the great king of Kushana empires. Okay, Kanishka was an ardent Buddhist. Kanishka's empire was a Buddhist empire. Kanishka adapted Buddhism under the influence of Ashwagosha, celebrated celebrated a monk from Padaliputra. Though a great warrior and a empire builder, Kanishka was as equal as the exponent and champion of Mahayanism. So the King Kanishka was an ardent Buddhist. So he adopted Buddhism under the influence of Ashwagosha. Who was the Ashwagosha? The Ashwagosha was a celebrated monk from Padaliputra. The Ashwagosha came from Padaliputra. Okay, he preached about Buddha. So the King Kanishka accepted and he also followed the Buddhism. Okay, so Kanishka made Buddhism as the state religion and built many stupas and monasteries in Mathura, Taxila, and many other parts of his kingdom. So, Kanishka accepted Buddhism and as the state religion. So, it declared as a state religion and built many stupas, that is remembrance of Buddhas. Okay, many stupas and monasteries in Madura, the place of Madura, Taxila, and many other parts of his kingdom. He sent Buddhist missionaries to Tibet, China, and many countries of Central Asia for the propagation of Buddha's gospel. So, the King Kanishka sent Buddhist missionaries. Missionary means one who preach about the Buddha. One who preach about Buddha, that is called missionaries. So, missionaries to Tibet, China, and many countries of Central Asia. Okay. Next one, he organized the fourth Buddhist council at Kundalavana near Srinagar to sort out the differences between the various schools of Buddhism. So, the King Kanishka organized the fourth Buddhist council meeting. That is, council means meeting at Kundalavana. That place is near Srinagar to sort out the differences between the various schools of Buddhism. So, they discussed about what are the differences between the various schools of Buddhism. It was only in this council that Buddhism was split into Hinayanism and Mahayanism. So, in that places only they split. Next, art and architecture. Art and architecture. Kanishka was a great patron of art and literature. So, Kanishka was a great patron of art and literature. His court was adorned with a number of Buddhist saints and scholars like Ashwagosha, Vasumitra, and Nagarjuna. So, the King Kanishka was very great patron of art and literature. Art means drawing. Okay, so he very much interested to draw the Buddhist pictures and literature, the written literature. Okay, next one. So this is the Kushana Empire. So pink color, no. So the pink color fully Kushana Empires places. Peshawar, Gandhara, Sindh, Madura, Indraprastha, Prayaga, Sarnath, Taxila, and so many places. So the pink colorfully is Kushana, denotes the Kushana Empire. Okay. Next one, Ashwagosha. Ashwagosha was the celebrated author of the first Sanskrit play Buddha Sarida. So the Ashwagosha, who was the Ashwagosha? Ashwagosha was the a celebrated monk from Padaliputra. Okay, Buddhist monk from Padaliputra. So this Ashwagosha was the celebrated author. Author means one who write the books. Okay, author of the first Sanskrit play Buddha Sarida. He founded the town of Kanishkapura in Kashmir and furnished the capital of Purushpura with magnificent public buildings. Okay, so the King Kanishka founded the town of Kanishkapura in Kashmir. So in the Kashmir, they made a city, made a town that is called Kanishkapura. Okay, next one, the Gandhara school of art flourished during his time. So the Gandhara school of art flourished during his time. The most favorite subject of the Gandhara artist was carving of sculptures of Buddha. So the Gandhara school art flourished during this time. The most favorite subject of the Gandhara artist was carving the sculpture, picture of a statue of Buddha. Okay. Buddhist learning and culture was taken to China and Mongolia from Taksha Shila. The great Asiatic culture mingled with Indian Buddhist culture during the Kushana's time. So, during the Kushana's time, the Buddhist learning and culture was taken to China and Mongolia from Taxashila. So, from Taxashila, they taken to the culture of Buddhism to China and Mongolia. Okay, next one, Kanishka's successes were weak and incompetent. So, after Kanishka's kings, they are very weak. Kushana Empire rapidly disintegrated into a number of small principalities. After the King Kanishka, so no one take a important for the Buddhism. Okay. Next one, Kushana Empire correspondent with the last days of Roman Republic when Julius Caesar was alive. So in the Roman country, so when the Julius Caesar was alive, it is said that Kushana Emperor sent a great embassy to Augustus Caesar. So they have to make a Kushana Empire in the Roman places also. Okay, next one, summary. The breakup of Mauryan Empire resulted in the invasions of Sakas, Scythians, Parthians, Indo-Greeks and Kushanas from the northwest. Second point, the last Mauryan emperor Brihadrada was assassinated by his own general Pushyamitra Sangha, who established Sangha dynasty in Mahada. So the last Mauryan emperor Brihadrada was killed or overtaken by his own general Pushyamitra Sangha. Okay, so the Pushyamitra Sangha established the Sangha dynasty in Mahada. Okay, next one, the history of Mahada. The history of Mahada after the fall of the canvas is devoid of any significance until the emergence of the Gupta dynasty. So, the history of Mahada after the fall of the canvas is devoid of any significance until the emergence of Gupta dynasty. Next one, the Kushanas in the north. and the Satavagnas in the south flourished for about 300 years and 450 years respectively. So, in the north direction, Kushanas, in the south direction, Satavagnas are flourished about 300 years and 450 years respectively. Okay, next one, Rudra Dharman was the most important and famous king of Sakas. So, in the Sakas dynasty, Rudra Dharman king was the most famous king. Okay, next one, the best known of the Kushanas was Kanishka, who was an ardent follower of Mahayana form of Buddhism. Gandhara art developed during this period. So, the Kushanas Empire, Kushana dynasty, King Kanishka was the best king. So, he was the ardent follower of Mahayana form of Buddhism. Gandhara art developed during this period. So, the Gandhara art is developed in Kushana's period. Okay, thank you, children.